The Zephyrian hunting ship, Crimson Talon, drifted silently through the asteroid field, its bioluminescent hull pulsing with predatory satisfaction. Captain Vexithera flexed her razor-sharp talons as she studied the human vessel trapped between two massive space rocks ahead. The small exploration ship looked pathetic, barely the size of a Zephyrian fighter, with primitive metal plating and crude chemical propulsion systems. "Perfect," she hissed through her translator. "Another soft-skin vessel for the hunting grounds." 4. 3 standard cycles. The Zephyrian Empire had been capturing human ships that wandered too far from their protected systems. These strange bipedal creatures made excellent prey. They were slow, weak, and completely lacking in natural weapons. Their ships were equally disappointing, built for exploration rather than combat. The humans seemed to possess only basic technology and no understanding of proper predator tactics. The bridge crew of 12 Zephyrians chittered with anticipation. Each stood nearly 3 meters tall, with muscular reptilian bodies, retractable claws, and bioluminescent crests that flared when excited. They were apex predators from a world where only the strongest survived, and they had ruled their section of the galaxy for millennia. "Sensors detect 3 life forms aboard the human vessel," reported Navigation Officer Kethvar. "Standard weak biosignatures. They appear to be attempting repairs to their engines." "Excellent," Vexithera replied. "Deploy the paralysis nets. We'll take them alive for the arena." As the Crimson Talon moved into attack position, something unexpected happened. The human ship's communications array suddenly burst to life, transmitting on multiple frequencies simultaneously. The message was simple but broadcast with surprising power across the entire sector. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the ESV Pathfinder. We are under attack. Pack Protocol Omega is now in effect. Coordinates follow." Vexithera's crest flickered with confusion. "Pack Protocol? What primitive ritual is this?" Before anyone could answer, the asteroid field erupted with activity. What the Zephyrians had assumed were space rocks suddenly powered up, revealing themselves as cloaked human vessels. Dozens of, them. The rocks themselves began to move, reconfiguring into a complex formation that surrounded the hunting ship. "Impossible," breathed Weapons Officer Raxthor. "Our sensors detected no life signs, no energy signatures." "That's because you were looking for the wrong things," came a voice over the comm channel. Captain Chen's voice was calm, almost conversational. "You see, we learned about your hunting expeditions months ago. We've been waiting. The asteroid field wasn't random. It was a carefully constructed trap. The humans had been using their inferior technology in ways the Zephyrians never anticipated. Instead of trying to match Zephyrian firepower, they had focused on stealth, coordination, and patience. You studied our tactics," Chen continued as more human ships decloaked around them. "You learned that we explore in small groups, that our individual ships are lightly armed. What you didn't understand is that we're never really alone." Vexthara's tactical display lit up with contacts. 50 human vessels now surrounded them, ranging from tiny fighters to massive converted cargo haulers bristling with improvised weapons. Each ship was different, suggesting they had been assembled from whatever the humans could find, but their coordination was flawless. "Fire all weapons!" Vexithera snarled. The Crimson Talon's plasma cannons lanced out, striking the nearest human ship. The vessel's shields flickered but held, and immediately a dozen other human ships returned fire. Their weapons were primitive: kinetic projectiles, chemical explosives, and crude energy beams. But there were so many of them that the Zephyrian shields began to overload. They're using pack-hunting tactics, realized Science Officer Mel Tara with growing horror. Like the feral beasts of our homeworld's deep forests. The humans weren't trying to win through superior technology or individual prowess. Instead, they were using coordination, communication, and sheer numbers. When one human ship was damaged, others moved to protect it while it retreated. When the Zephyrians focused their fire on a single target, the rest of the pack attacked from different angles. "This is impossible," Vexthara hissed. "They're not predators. They have no claws, no natural weapons, no—" "No," Captain Chen's voice cut through the chaos. "We have something better. We have each other." The human ships moved like a single organism, constantly shifting positions, sharing targeting data, and adapting their tactics in real time. The Zephyrians found themselves unable to predict their movements because there was no single leader making decisions. The entire pack was thinking, planning, and acting as one. The Crimson Talon shuddered under concentrated fire from multiple directions. Warning lights flashed across the bridge as critical systems began to fail. The proud hunting ship, designed to terrorize and capture individual prey, was being systematically dismantled by creatures it had dismissed as weak. "Shields at 15%, reported Kethvar, his voice trembling. "Surrender, or we'll disable your life support," Chen offered. "Your choice." Vexthara's pride warred with survival instinct. The Zephyrians were individual hunters, each fighting for their own glory. But these humans, these supposedly inferior creatures, had turned cooperation into a weapon more devastating than any plasma cannon. "You told your empire that humans make good prey," Chen continued. "But you never asked the most important question. What makes something prey, and what makes it a predator?" The answer was becoming horribly clear. Prey ran alone, fought alone, died alone. Predators worked together. "The thing about humans," Chen said as the human ships tightened their formation, "is that we never really evolved past the pack stage. We just learned to make bigger packs." Vexthara looked at her tactical display one more time. Her ship was surrounded, outgunned, and outmaneuvered by creatures she had underestimated. For the first time in her life, the apex predator understood what it felt like to be prey. "We surrender," she whispered. As the human ships began their approach, Vexthara realized the Zephyrian Empire had made a fundamental error. They had studied human technology, human biology, human individual capabilities, but they had completely failed to understand human nature. Humans didn't just hunt in packs. They were the pack. Every single one of them, across their entire species, connected by bonds of loyalty and communication that transcended individual ships, individual worlds, even individual star systems. The Zephyrians had tried to hunt a pack, animal. Now they were about to learn why that was the last mistake they would ever make.